For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels postgame show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Hiti Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome into the Halos in the Infield Postgame Show. I am your host, Todd Fox, where it's the only place where you get the real deal Holyfield talk about your Halos. We're the ones in the stands with the fans. We go to games unlike other posers. We are the real voice of the Angels baseball fan. We are the blue collar page. We are not the spoon-fed page. So with that being said, welcome in on a wonderful Wednesday as the Angels win and make it 3 in a row against those Sacramento Athletics, and they push their win streak to 6 as they swept the Dodgers, and now they're trying for the sweep tomorrow. They went 1-0 today, and they look to finish the road trip at a great 8-2. Leaving the road trip, which, I was thinking maybe 5-5 would be great, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. So that's AKA Roger, AKA Propaganda Prime Minister of AMA 30. With that being said, though, what a great win tonight. Shout out to everybody out there on TikTok joining us, also along with everybody who's online right now on either X, and also shout out to YouTubers. Please, if you get into YouTube, it really helps us out. We need more subscribers over there. If you can subscribe to the page, we still have 40% of our audience that hasn't been subscribed, so that would help us out big time. But with that being said, the Angels win 10-5. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a little something different about your Halos. And again, you could say, yes, Todd, I think you're drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. I think you're getting too honked up here. I think your honk is out and you're kind of like honking it a little too much. But I have to say this, if things aren't different and this is the same team, then why did they play down to Baltimore? Why did they play down to the other teams? Why did they go 8-21 in that stretch of 29 games where they just looked like ass at times and they couldn't score anything? Last time I checked, yes, Oakland is on a losing streak right now, but they had played good up until just before we played them. Their bullpen had been pretty strong. They've been getting some timely hits, and they racked up 22 wins. Now they've lost a bunch of games in a row. I think they're up to 8 games as a losing streak. But, hey, you have to beat the teams in front of you, and the Angels hadn't done that. So now we're staring at a 23-25 record, only 2 games under, with a chance to pull almost within 1 game before the end of the month. A lot of us thought maybe by the end of the month we could possibly get to 500, but we have a chance if we win tomorrow to do it here in Anaheim, which would be great when they come home to play the Marlins and the Yankees. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. One thing I want to crack on before we get into the scores and everything else on today's show, or tonight's show, I should say, boy, the Oakland A's announcers don't do their research. I didn't watch Gooby and Wayne tonight. I watched the Oakland feed, or Sacramento feed. And man, oh man, when Ohapi put on the home run helmet for the second time, mind you, and it was the third time that they had homered in the game, it was probably the 6th or 7th time in this series that they've hit a homer and put that fireman's helmet on. And I quote by the lead color commentator, not the guy who's like the Gooby of the broadcast, but the lead guy was like, hey, I wonder if the Angels are using that fireman's helmet, which is pretty interesting, as, a sign of they've got to cool off or they're that hot because they're on fire and they have to put a fireman's helmet on. I was like, dude, are you serious? Really? And then they said, oh, I guess they're hosing down their opponents. You can't make this stuff up, dude. It doesn't take but a minute to ask these guys after the first game, hey, why do you guys wear those fireman's helmet? That's new this year, right? We're into game 3. They've worn the helmet several times. It took the second home run by a Hoppy before they were like, why did they wear that? Only in Sacramento. But let's get to what happened tonight. A lot of scoring plays. A lot of things to be positive about tonight because you got to be positive. Now, we're going to do this right away. There was 10 Deos tonight because there was 10 runs. So we do a 21-gun salute. For every run that the Angels score, we will play Deos in honor of the stupid Deos that we play at Anaheim Stadium for absolutely no reason. So, with that being said, there was 10 of them. Get ready to hear 10 Deos, baby. Deo! 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 Go 10 Deos, man. So there you go. Angels win 10-5, 14 hits. They've done everything different since they went on that losing streak, since they started to really struggle. They've done a lot of things like score early and score in the middle of the game and add on runs, which the bullpen, again, is not going to be perfect. They're going to give up runs. So one day, Anderson looks really, really good out of the pen with that mullet, and then the next game, he's giving up runs almost the entire game. But again, here's how it broke down tonight with the scoring plays. You had O'Hoppe homering in the second inning to make it 2-0 with a runner on. Soler had a nice night. We'll talk about that. Then Butter came in there, homered a 3-run shot, which should have been a 2-run shot, but it was a 3-run shot to center field that made it 3-2. And you're thinking, okay, but then you're getting a little confidence because the last few games when they go down, they don't look stressed out like they did like early in the year. They didn't look like they were gut punched like earlier in the year. It looks like, okay, let's not turn the TV off. Let's see where this goes. And sure enough, Neto came back with a 2-run homer himself, scoring Tim Anderson to make it 4-3. Then O'Hoppe added his second home run to make it 5-3. Adele right after him, before the Oakland could even stop talking about the fireman helmet, Adele homered to make it 6-3. And then I'll say his name very slowly because if you say it fast, it sounds like you're saying the N-word. Nick Kurtz hit one solo shot in the 5th inning, and then he repeated that in the 7th inning to make it 6-5. And then you're like, oh, crap, here we go. But then Soler would hit a rocket, exit velocity, hit the gapper to score Ward. And Dumbo Ears, by the way, he hit a rocket to center field, and that was probably the slowest triple you ever see. I mean, he looked gassed because his ears were slowing him down, rounding second. I mean, a normal base runner is like threatening to go home, or he's going home on that play. But anyway, it's just a long-ass triple. He would score on the double to make it 7-5. Then O'Hoppe scored on a wild pitch when he got over in the 8th inning to make it 8-5. They had the bases loaded right there, nearly killed it, but knocked in another run as Ward would single in the 9th inning. Neto would score, and then Soler would double again to just put the cherry on the top. I mean, you had the ice cream, you had the sprinkles, you had it all. The Angels scored a lot of runs tonight. They went, as far as leaving guys on base and stuff like that, you went 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Not bad. They left 5 men on. There was only one guy who had a bad night for the Angels, and that is for the second start in 3 games. For whatever reason, in that AAA ballpark, Lugo, whether he's having PTSD of being in AAA, he couldn't hit. He couldn't hit in game 1. He struck out 4 times, got the golden sombrero. And then tonight, he went 0 for 4 in a strikeout. Other than that, every mother effer in the lineup contributed. That was awesome. Straight awesome. Zach Neto went 2 for 5 at that leadoff spot. He's killing it. He's creeping up to 300 on the average. He only had 1 strikeout, but he had 2 hits and a home run and 2 RBIs. Louis Renifo had another nice night. And again, he's the hard luck loser in that lineup. Yesterday, great at bats, setting up Paris down in the 8th spot. Tonight in the 2-hole, he was hitting the ball hard, but right at people. I mean, coming off the bat, it sounded so good. A couple of those line drives. but he would only go 1 for 4 and not strike out. Then you had Shawnuel, who pinch hit a bunt. So even though he came up with a pinch hit, didn't do anything in the scoreboard, he had a nice sacrifice, which led to a run because he did that little bunt. It's the little things that, again, why is this so hard for them to see? Why can't they not get this through their heads earlier in the year? Maybe the Angels wouldn't have to be trying to claw themselves out of an 8 games under 500 mess. Maybe if they had this approach during this Baltimore series, during the Texas two-step, we'd be talking a different story right now. But anyway, PTSD on my part. Taylor Ward went 3 for 5. And again, I'm not a big fan of Taylor Ward at all. But the fact that he could raise his average, if he just continues to have productive at-bats, he doesn't have to go 3 for 5 like he did tonight, but have productive at-bats and productive outs. Whether it's a fly ball to sacrifice somebody over, put the ball in play. Because you see what happens when this team does. Good things happen. And we don't need no torpedo bats, none of that bullshit. This team can do good things if they just focus and get a game plan. And guess what? In this series, in the Dodgers series, and in the Padres series, this team has made in-game adjustments and has looked really good when they did it. They really have. And so I'll give them the devil's due and the credit where it's supposed to be. Taylor Ward came through, and again, his average bumped up so far from this road trip. It started at 180. He's up to 214. He went, again, 3 for 5 tonight with an RBI and only 1 strikeout. Soler, there was a lot of talk about him. Gooby was, I did hear the pregame. Gooby was like, hey, he had batting practice. Hey, he was doing this. Hey. And so he was hanging all over the place, and it paid off. Soler with his haze had 3 hits and 5 at-bats, 2 doubles, and an RBI, plus he only struck out once. It's not bad. Logan O'Hoppe, what more can you say about that dude? 2 more hits, 3 more runs scored, and a walk. So he was on base 3 out of 5 times, including 2 home runs. Then you had Joe Adell with a solo shot and a walk, so he was on twice. That's very productive. Once again, we mentioned Lugo did nothing. Newman at least worked a walk, and then you had 2 hits by Tim Anderson. So 14 hits, not bad. They struck out less than 10. Again, it's not ideal that they struck out 8. The league average is 6. But I'll take it. It's less than 10, and we want to stay out of double-digit strikeouts, and by God, we did so. And we did that thing called working a walk, which we did 3 times. So that was really, really encouraging tonight. So let's get into the awards on what happened. 10-5, 2 big solo blasts, or 2 big blasts by O'Hoppe, 4 home runs total by your Halos as they continue to honk their honks. I think you guys are in the comments as I peeked over a little bit. Yep. So with that being said, let's get into the award for tonight. Oh, but first, what do we always do on this page when we win a game? We play Stukas, baby. I'm checking out the comments real quick on TikTok before I get into the other ones. People are saying 2 in a row. Ayo, Arturo says, let's keep it rolling. I'm excited. I can't lie. So he's honking his honk. We need to keep winning. Cornero says also, Chris says, will we make the playoffs? It has been 11 years since that last happened. I bet the under on the total games won right there. So there's some skeptics, and it's possible we could get there. Matthew says, I have 123,000 followers if you need backup. Yes, I do, Matthew. Start shooting some of those over to us on YouTube, because we are in need of some awesome subscribers, some people that actually want to watch some good content. We have a lot. Jack says, are the boys back? I think we have to say what we always do, which is, we're so back. So there you go right there. Also, Jack says he doesn't see them selling right now. Didn't we say top prospects, whatever prospects we can? That's for other players. They're talking about trading right now, but it's a little too early for that. I love this right now. Let's see. Also, Matthew says the best streamers read chat always. Absolutely. We do it always on here, my man. If you're new over there on the TikTok side, Matthew, we read all the stuff as we get into the comments over here now on YouTube. But before we do, real quick, we're going to get into our awards, and then I'll jump into the comments on the YouTube side and vice versa here on TikTok. So for the John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field tonight, I wonder who that goes to. Stamos, Golden Stamos, you could talk about, because we went through the hitting all so far through the stats, and there wasn't too much to talk about as far as the starting pitchers for the Angels, but I'm going to give it to Logan O'Hoppe. Again, this guy is going to be representing the all-star team along with Neto and I believe Anderson as your 3 stars in the freaking all-star game. That's why I think right now, but I could be wrong, but O'Hoppe is going to make a strong surge. I think he's going to have a really good June. So he had the 2 home runs tonight. He is your player of the game. Real quick through the pitching tonight for the Angels, Kowanowitz did not have as good stuff as he did in the first 2 starts, walking 5, throwing 100 pitches through only 4 innings, 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 earned, 5 walks. Those 5 walks killed him in the 2 home runs. But not to worry, Burke, Anderson, Neris, Zephyr-John, and Brogdon picked him up for the W. Now, who was the worst player of the game? Who gets the Nacho Night? Presented to you by 714 Tickets. Yes, 714 Tickets. I will have a slide for that too.
Nacho Night, oh yeah, Nacho Night. Pile it up, load it high. Extra shame, hold the pride. Grab a fork, take a dive. Dignity's gone, but the cheese survived. Moldy cheese, stale chips, what a sight. All your dreams gone tonight. Had a bad night, lost the fight. No more crunch, just take a bite. It's the Nacho Night Award.
Now, here's a slide, too, I want to play real quick before we do that, because we've had an awful lot of winning, and I think we need to keep the winning going, because Perry Manassian says we should.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win.
Yes, we're going to win a lot, hopefully. But the worst player on the field tonight had to go to Sears. Sears, who is a guy, JP Spears, or Sears, I should say. I don't know why I was wanting to say Britney Spears. But he's been their best pitcher, although he has a 4-4 record now. Tonight, he was not so good. And the right-handed hitters really picked up that sweeper in his fastball, and he was obliterated tonight. He gave up 4 home runs tonight and 6 runs total on 8 hits in only 5 innings allowed. He was hit around. In fact, the entire Oakland staff was hit around, but Jay Spears gets your Nacho Night tonight. So with that being said, I think it's time now to get into the comments on both sides of the spectrum here, as we got a lot of them to get to. First off, we're going to go with the super stickers. LV chips in at $5. Thank you so much. Super sticker there from Dre Money. You're the man. Super sticker from Boo Bear's mommy. She's the MVP. Also, super sticker from Dre Money. Love that. Tony C as well. And the great Mateo from up north chipping in. And again, they're going to get free dibs on those shirts coming out at the end of the month. So with that being said, Spritz, one more slide, because God damn it, we needed botanical Spritz after winning.
Spritz O'Clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter score. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more. Spritz O'Clock. Some more. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more.
Spritz O'Clock right there. I think a lot of people chip in. I think Mateo, we're going to give it a tie to Mateo, Grill Master, Dan, and Sebastian, as they all checked in with that right there. Rally Chris checks in with me. Love you long time with Roger, because Roger needs to let you know he's horny.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny, and me love you long time.
There says, Dan, put the drill to grill like Marsha. There you go. Also, hence the name Grildo, going back and forth right there. Many Stukas. LV says the fucking season starts tonight, baby. That's going to roll this out.
A lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Useless Trucker says the pitching is not good, yet they win games. Jack over there on TikTok says, give Neto and a Hoppy the keys to the city right now, because he's like, hey, they're in fuego. LV checks in with Halo's going to the playoffs. You can take that to the bank and deposit that check. Useless Trucker says, I must be so confused. Angels fan ever. I see the Angels mistakes, yet I know they're going to win games. Baffling. Hey, I'm taking it right now, dude. LV says Neris needs a wheelbarrow to carry those big balls around when he gets out of those jams he's in. LV also says, Todd, let me get one honk per run. Oh, man, let's not do that again, but hey, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 11. There you go. You got your honks. Actually, I give you one extra. Also, Arturo says, good night, Halo Nation. Let's go for the 4-game sweep tomorrow. Don't forget, you have a 12 o'clock start tomorrow. So if you're at work or whatever, call off or whatever. Just take off school if they're still schooling and watch the Angels hopefully win. Nas says, wow, winning. And a lot of you are out there excited. And why not, dude? I mean, again, this team is playing good baseball right now.
Wow, winning.
Yes, definitely right there. Also, Joshua says, crowd chanting, let's go Oakland. And Wayne says those days are long gone. Yeah, that was kind of rough, dude. I mean, I kind of feel bad, but then I don't. But that was rough. Dan says, as infield looking like ours weeks ago, the A's infield. Rally Chris says, you know what's going to be weird when they sell the team chant on Saturday and the Angels are on a 6-game winning streak. That's why I told the guys that we're trying to get that going. Let's wait till the end of the season. If they're out of it, then you start doing that. Christian says defensive atrocious again tonight. George Knox says the same. Says be here only for fundamentals. Absolutely. George Knox wouldn't be too happy with his defense either. Also, you got Ohapi in there. LB saying Ohapi for MVP. Also, I can't stop honking my honk. Rally Chris says my Disney Chris jersey has been good luck charm on the win streak. And then you got Dan says he was out at third. A's out of challenges. Yeah, that was our boy Ohapi on his way to third. He was thrown out. He came off the bag, but hey, you don't have any challenges. That ain't ain't our problem. Angels with insurance runs. Wow, I've seen enough. He's like, take my money, please. Stevie checks in with, let's go, baby. He's not only honking his honk, he's yelling from wherever he can yell it from. He's yelling this. Wait, let me do it again. Wait, come on now. There we go. Also, a super sticker there again by LV. Joshua says, come on, Todd, we're waiting. Oh, that was earlier. Solaire right there. You got the 10 runs tonight. Also, you got 10 more Deos, and I want more. Let's see. Skull says, let's go Angels. Rally Chris checking in with, we're only 2 wins away before Todd's dance. No, it's Randy on a thong. Joshua also says Todd should come out for the last 3 outs. I don't know about that. Also, Artie ain't selling even if the crowd chants all. Yeah, I agree, but it's just to embarrass him. You know what I mean? That was the whole point, but you don't do that when they're winning. The vibes are great right now, and it's as much as you say that, you're absolutely right. The vibes are really good for the Angels right now. It's really, really good because right now you've got the clubhouse vibe, like when they do the interviews at the end with our girl Erica Weston. You freaking got the players, being leaders and goofing around. I mean, it just looks like a real fun clubhouse right now, and guys are actually locked in and focused and trying to help each other out. So stuff that they weren't doing earlier, I don't think they were doing the homework. They weren't doing the video. They weren't doing a lot of things, but it seems like something's changed and they're getting locked in. They found their mojo right now, and let's just ride this wave, man. Let's keep going. Dream Big or Die says, let's fucking go, Todd. How does it feel to be doing a show on a 6-game win streak? I haven't really done that. So I think we only had a 6-game win streak like 2 years ago. So to do that right now, I'm freaking stoked. I'm usually Mr. Negative Nancy. Everyone always makes fun of us because they're all like, man, Todd's always bitching and complaining. But what have I had to been excited about? You know what I'm saying? Dan is excited right there. Ever so close to wearing that thong right there. Angels win. Landon checks in with, what the fuck is going on? We're so back, baby. Albert Pujols comes off and says, no pinches mama's way. 6 in a row, eh? Mateo says Deo. Also, A's, oh no, we suck again. Yeah, they are the suckiest team right now.
Well, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Oh no! We suck again!
Nick Tate says their last 6-game winning streak was June 2024. Okay, so it was last year. You think if Artie passes away, the ownership group will try to buy the team? Yeah, I think they're going to sell. The family said multiple times they do not want this team. Also, we hot right now. 14-game winning streak is in our future, Landon says. If only that were true. We are swinging the bats well. Yes, we are. Boo Bear's mommy says fucking 10-5. Q Lombardi. She's still very much stoked. What the hell's going on out here? Exactly. Erica's eye is eyeing all 3 of them right now. Landon Hoyt says Ward is so close to this, or he was so close to the cycle. LB says bring on those fucking brooms. Let's see. All their last 7-game win streak was 2022. Lines will be flooded if you take calls. Yeah, they would be. Dream. I had calls on here, and I will put up the link if you guys want to jump in later. But I want to get through some of these. I'm real backed up on the comments. Once I get caught up, then we'll do that. Shop Girl says, "How dare you, Dodgers and A's? This is an insane ride for the Dodgers or for the Angels." Also, A's are like, "Oh no, what happened? Oh no." Yeah, that's right. They're pretty much like this, but without the smile.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Tyler says the Halos are swinging with their honks and their hearts. Honks and Hearts is a good band. We are now a game behind Texas. Mateo also says, Todd, do you think someone said something in the clubhouse? And could this be the reason why we are playing well? It could be. It could be that they got tired of listening to Ron Washington's spiel, and they're actually just playing the game loose and fun. And there's actually leaders taking over in that clubhouse, which Neto looks like one right away. And I think they're doing their jobs, and I think even the coaches are actually doing more than sitting on their fat asses during the games. They're actually talking, interreacting, and trying to get these players to work on things. And the players look happy to be talking to them, which is something we didn't see from their fat asses earlier.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out.
He's going to calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat.
He sure is. We actually wait, we have some breaking news. We have someone, I think we have Gavin wanting to check in real quick. Let's check in with Gavin.
Go on, everybody. My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut? No. If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area. Spent not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4
over the show
years covering UCLA sports, specifically with the Daily Bruin, writing articles, conducting interviews, all that good stuff. Cracking to a good source of protein with, how about a yummy tasting nut? I love the nut. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Had me fired up.
Okay, Gavin, thank you for that. I guess he had to tell us where he was credentialed with. Interesting fellow over there. Interesting fellow. To each his own, I guess. Shop Girl says, oh, crap, there's a more game against Oakland. Yes, there is, before they come back. Rally Chris says, we're 1 game behind the Rangers and 1.5 behind the Astros. I like that right there. Christian says, love the A's in Sacktown. The Oakland Coliseum. Aurora is gone. They had our number right there. I love that too. And they actually got pretty good representation up there too. Mo says, fuck Brooklyn. I agree with that. Rally Chris says, how's Papa Fox feeling about the 6-game winning streak? He's saying what Mateo's saying. We're so back. Boo Bear's mommy says, oh my God, another game tomorrow. Oh, I hope I didn't speak too soon. Rally Chris says, I can't stop honking. I feel like this team feels special. We're going to the playoffs. Wills, man, it's way too early, man. What did I say? Just 1 game at a time, 1 game at a time. Let's see what happens. Let's try to close out this series. We already won the series here in Oakland. We already got a positive road trip. Let's just see if we can close it out tomorrow. If we finish this road trip 8-2, I mean, who would have put that on their bingo card? We'll take that 10 times out of 10. And, man, I love that, dude. C says, is it crazy to start having hope? No, it's not crazy. I just wouldn't do it. You don't want to get yourself burned. Let's see. Nero says, we got this. Mateo says, I'm still thinking we're going to sweep the A's. Skull says, Angels need to play better against the Stros, Rangers, and Mariners. Yes, because even if they sweep this Oakland series, total against the division this year, they are 5-8. And that's if they win tomorrow. Randy says, I've spread my positivity all over this team. You're very welcome. Tony C says, Nacho Night Award defense. 6 in a row, baby. Everyone's happy right there. Grillmaster saying, Wicked 6. Iron Giant says, Roger Lodge is spritzing all over the AM 830 studios. We also need a Golden Dong t-shirt. I would love to make that, Dimitro. I think that might be coming. Angel Suck says, Gooby and Randazzo referenced my post. Yo, I feel alive. 6 in a row. There you go, my boy. Also, check out Angel Suck and give him a subscribe or a like or a follow over there on X, whatever the hell they do over there. The winning streak should have been 9. Ward, let's see. Landon says Ward for Stamos. He was pretty close. Click the like button. We appreciate that, Dan. Also, Todd, you might want to get waxed before your dance. Yeah, that's going to be an inappropriate dance. Balls, and getting add-on runs in the 8th and 9th inning. Yeah, that is not to be expected, but I'm loving it.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and
John Stamos.
Add-on runs. Also, what's wrong with a little man Bush Boo Boo? Also agree with you, Todd Fox. Appreciate that. Iron Giant says the last time Gooby and everyone else kept saying things feel different, this team went on a 15-game losing streak. See, that's why we can't be positive. We got to see it to believe it. Johnny B. Good says, I think Washington finally woke up and gave the middle finger to Manassian and the fucking analytics. You can tell because you never saw the Halos let pitches go deep into this game. Or yeah, that's true. They were not letting their pitchers pitch deep. They were also allowing the opponent's pitchers to go deep right there into games. Also, I did Grillmaster last night. I said I got a ticket for you. Don't worry about it. So if you're on right now and you can hear me, I got a ticket for you. You should probably trim that shit, Matt. That's just nasty. Tyler says also we want to see your fur. No, we do not want to see that at all. Also, Johnny B. Good said, so do you know that there's sensors in the ball? Because how do they know what pitch and how fast it was going off the bat? Well, they could. I don't know if it's that, but I know they do still have the radar guns. So they could be using that. Jesus says, watching those bombs from Hohapi reminds me of Trum bombs. Dude, Trumbo did have a nice swing. Jim Hoyt says, winning. Also, Randy checks in with how many people are holding their hands up and counting during the 10 runs. Gotta hate the Deo right there. Also, the Deos, let's fucking go. Some people like it, some people don't. Squirrely Dad says another great win, getting up early to catch the early flight to Sacktown to watch the 12:30 game, hoping to bring some mojo to the team. Good luck, Squirrely Dad. We love it. Who are these Halos? James Malou says. I have no idea who they are.
What the hell's going on out here?
But you got to be happy. Gerard says, I'm loving our bats as much as Ron Washington is loving or likes the booger sugar a lot. The Angel Suck says, this is what winning feels like. Wow, winning. I'm honking my Spritz. It's true, man. I mean, because how do you not love this?
Wow, winning.
Yep, because this team is on fuego. Simpho says, could it be Mr. Beast giving us good luck? I wouldn't go there. Christian says, Gooby is wearing out the hammered line. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not a great line, and he's just like, hey, it's hammered. Hey. Jameson Bruce says, damn, this team made me buy tickets for me and my wife Saturday night's game. Let's go. And by the way, speaking of tickets, if I could interrupt real quick, I made this, and it's pretty crappy, so hopefully it's not too bad and you guys kind of like it. It's a commercial I made for 714 Tickets. Obviously, Randy will probably spruce it up later, but for right now, tired of paying service fees and taxes for tickets and concerts? Well, guess what? There's an alternative, and that is 714 Tickets. Yes, 714 Tickets is the price you see, is the price you get. Ron Holt has set up this website for you and for us as Halos in the Infield fans, and by putting in HITI in the promo code, you get 10% off of your purchase every time. Not just one time when you sign up, no, every time. And not just for the Angels, not just for the Dodgers, for basketball, football, hockey, and concerts. Use the 10% off HITI code as much as you want. Isn't that great? Plus, you get 5% more of savings off of your purchases for future purchase of tickets going forward. 714 Tickets is awesome because, again, the price you see is the price you get, and you don't pay all these crazy service fees and taxes. If it's $28, well, guess what? It's $28 plus the 10% off you get by using Halos in the Infield, HITI, at checkout. So what are you waiting for? 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. Tell them Halos in the Infield sent you. See, that's not bad. It's cheesy as hell, but it's not bad, I guess. Skull says, I want to see the Angels in the playoffs this year. Damn, I want to as well. Josh says, I'm not talking about our Deos, Randy. Just the ones we play at the stadiums he doesn't like. Shauna Well out there, official stats tonight, 0 for 0, but that bunt was beautiful. Tonight is going to be a lit for me. Tomorrow is just another day. Balls, and more baseball. Lakers fan in Japan says, I really want the Twins, Tigers, Rangers, Astros, and Mariners series back so we could play with this team, because the Angels sure as hell did not play the way they're playing now against those teams. And look at the Twins. Since we gave them their mojo back, the Twins are freaking, I think, in first place now, or they're close to first place with Detroit. I know they've jumped Ohio for sure. Balls, and Golden Girls. No, let's not go there. Also, Botched Investigation says we need to bottle honk juice or call it honks juice or honkers or honking. Just spritz the more you drink. Oh, God. And since Boo Bear's mommy says it, why not, dude? Let's give it another round of Stupid. Grillmaster says a decent umpired game tonight. Q Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
Lombardi's always mad. Rally Chris or Randy says, we're so back. And then Rally Chris says, May the month prediction is looking really good. I told you a couple weeks ago he was predicting 16-12 or 15-13. Drew says, love this. Keep it up. Go Angels. Randy's like, hey. Also, if you're not subscribing to Hiti, you're missing out. I agree, Boo Boo Bear's mommy. I love it. So please subscribe over there on the YouTube. It really, I'm telling you, it helps us out more than anything on YouTube. Todd, I'm telling you, I'm wearing my lucky underwear. Man, oh man. There's a lot of lucky underwear going around. Oh, Hoppy is my old poppy, Randy says. Also, we're so back for Randy or for Marty Boylan. There you go, my boy right there. The A's announcer gets the nachos. Also, Mateo says, hey, Todd, I've been wondering about this for a long time. Are those baseball cards behind you real? Yes, they are. And can you do a studio tour? I should. It's all the teams. You can't really see it. I got bobbleheads. I got my hats. I got all my jerseys. And then I go by teams. So it's like there's different sides. Like on my side right here, it's mostly the Angels against this wall. And then I have it's spread out by different teams. And then all the walls around here, I got other memorabilia and stuff over there. So pretty cool. Maybe I'll have to do a little video there. Drew says, how long before Trout is back? Anybody's guess at this point. They are being very, very close to not saying a damn thing. But right now they are not giving us any information. They're just kind of flirting with it. If I had to guess, I think he's back for the Yankees at the earliest and by the latest on the road trip. So the upcoming road trip. Marty says the honks are fully erect at this point. Studio tours $5. Marty says any home runs tonight, of course, swing for the fences. That's what we do for best. We actually got doubles. We mixed it up a little bit tonight. Love the Trump one. Makes the Angels great again. Josh says also the stupid Doyer fan that decided to raid the postgame show the other day talking shit. Eat those effing L's, you Brooklyn bitch. I love that. Brian also says, overall, our pitching has to improve somehow, some way. Taxing our bullpen has killed us every year, and the only way to improve is either to buy at the trade deadline or call up prospects. Well, there's also another way, Brian, and you saw Ryan Strickland come up. Brogdon is not bad. He pitched with the Phillies a couple years ago in the postseason, so he has experience. I think he'll get into his role, and he'll pitch a little bit better. And then you have Quijada, who's on the return. You have Stevenson, who's on the return. You have Sam Bachman on the return. So you have 4 pitchers with lights out stuff who are going to be joining the bullpen at some point. And then you'll start to see some of these young kids not needed in the bullpen, like your Andersons and stuff like that, will go away. It kind of sucks, but hey, man, you got better arms. It's going to stabilize a bullpen that's been ass this year. Daniel says, last time we were here, you were mad, and now you were all smiling. Yes, yes, Daniel. I am super, super happy. Also, we have Dre Money saying, what's up with Lugo's hitting? I just think Oakland's got his mojo right now. He'll get it going. He's a good hitter. Again, he has a lot. He has to adjust a little bit, but I think he'll be fine. Also, I think you guys and gals are going to love the new T-shirt design we're going to roll out. Yes, the T-shirts are going to be coming out at the end of the month. It's going to be freaking great. Amber says 6 in a row. Let's fucking go. Mateo says, I know we had sloppy defense, but when you're on a winning streak, you tend to catch the lucky breaks. And they did have an error tonight, too. I mean, you had 2 plays that Anderson could have caught, one off his glove on the line drive, and then the other one, he was just a little bit out of position, but those didn't kill him. So that happens when you're on a roll. Safety says trade Trout for a great pitcher. Maybe 4 to 6 years ago, but Trout can probably get you a couple prospects, but he ain't trading them, dude. He's too much money, and he's an Angel forever. Eric says, I'm speechless. What the hell is going on out there? He's cueing Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
Absolutely. Mateo also says, I'm driving down to LA tomorrow, so I have to listen to the radio. Yes, you do. Balls. And no way that happened tonight. My man Lee checks in with Light That Baby Up ×6. Silent E says, we would get shit if we traded Trout for anyone who thinks we can get a nice haul. We wouldn't get anything. Yeah, we would really. I mean, again, that's just not a possibility at this point. Randy says, hey, fuck Artie, win streak or not, sell the team. They're not winning because of Artie. Also, Grillmaster says, wait, we won? Yes, I know it's hard to believe at times, but we didn't. Wait, where is that? There. We didn't do that. We actually won tonight.
We won?
And Neto stealing third was not the smartest thing, but he would have been out. But you don't run yourself out right there. That was another mistake we got away with right there. Let's see. Also, King Betts says they confident as hell. We should be, and we did win our World Series. And I'm guessing because you're King Betts, you're a Dodger fan. And that's cool. That's cool, man. So it is what it is. And I like Betts. If I could take 2 Dodgers off of your roster, I would take your first baseman Freeman, and I would take Mookie Betts. Those guys are pretty amazing. Oh, you're Angels all day. My bad, dude. I just saw Betts, and I was thinking you're a Mookie Betts fan. My bad. Because we do get Dodger fans that come in here. So I'm sorry. That was probably the most disrespectful thing I could ever say to you, King Betts. So I apologize. I just king of bets. There you go. We need to get you on for our gambling site. Let's see. Also, Randy says you're not getting me half naked over a 500 record. The fuck? Yeah, that's probably my thing, dude. Like, Jesus, I made that bet not thinking we were going to get back to 500. Grillmaster says, did you see the near ending of the game with Kenley and Zephyr John? Yes, that is team chemistry. That is a very hungry pitcher and Zephyr John wanting to be better. And why not pick the brain of one of the best closers of all time? So that was pretty cool. Don Hammond says, let's go. Let's try to get the sweep tomorrow. Pujols is, I guess, got a lot of time on his hands. He says, I saw Roger right now, 5 on the 5 on the AM 830 van, almost pulled them over for speeding. Randy says, I'm predicting we win 10 in a row before we lose. Boy, I would love that. Manny Guerrero says, I've seen enough. Angels are making it to the World Series. You could take that to the bank and deposit. Boy, everybody's depositing that money. Underdogs again, crazy tomorrow. See, yeah, he is the king of bets. Honks and Hearts are actually a good shirt idea. They sure are. Brian says, fuck it. Spritz O'Clock for every run. Oh my, that'd be a long ass segment, by the way. Also, we got even better, a charity event. That would be nice. Also, you got someone went George Knox in the clubhouse. Mike Trout says, I better not hear sell the team chance on Sunday when I hit 2 home runs into their section. We'll see about that. Also, Daniel says, evening, everybody. King Bet says, Neto making the All-Star game. Why not? I think he is. He's almost up to 300. He's got 7 home runs, 18 RBIs. He missed almost the entire first part of April, or at least half of April. So he's playing with house money, so to speak. And I think he's going to make it because shortstop is not exactly a position filled by a gang of guys who are going to fight for an all-star spot. just like O'Hoppe. So I think Neto, O'Hoppe, and Anderson make your all-star team this year. Randy says, why did he lose his credentials? Well, that's interesting, by the way. I never trust anyone named Gavin. One series at a time, DJ says. I agree. Also, play the honks if we beat the evil empire. Also, DJ says, I will be there at Monday's game. Hopefully, we'll sweep the Yanks. One game at a time, baby. Spank those Yanks. Also, it's called Insurance Runs, fellas. Yes, I did get the tickets right there. We made sure of that. MLA says, I need you to talk Spanish. He says, no pinches mamas way, we won. Honking in private. Please don't play with it too much. Yes, if you shake it more than 3 times, you're definitely playing with it. Let's see. Also, Botch says, I have always wanted to see a freeway series because the Angels would beat or at least put up a fight, unlike the Yankees. That would kill me as a fan, dude. I'd have a heart attack because I would never want to lose to the friggin' Dodgers. Because look what happened to the Mets. We brought this up on a show. If, the Mets took on the Yankees in the World Series and all the bragging rights go to the Yankees. The only time they faced their rivals, they beat them. So the Yankees have the upper hand, not only with total World Series, but at least if the Mets would have beat the Yankees, it's like, oh, well, we're undefeated against you. We took you out. For the Battle of New York, this is our town. Even though it makes no sense because the Yankees have so much more history, it still puts a feather in the cap of Mets fans to talk shit. So if the Dodgers would have won, we're forever the stepchild. Forever the stepchild. I mean, most people think we already are. Skull says Angels need more pitching. They do. MLA also says, bro, what do you think about Moore? Been up in AAA already. I think they're trying to rush him up. It may be a good thing. It may be a bad thing. We'll have to see, but he's definitely getting his confidence from what I've seen in AAA, and we'll see if he can make it up here because, again, I thought he was going to make it here by September as a September call-up, and the only way I thought he was going to come up earlier is if we had some injury problems. But when you have Anderson, when you have Newman, when you have Paris, there's really a logjam right there, so I don't anticipate him coming up unless they really want to feature him and we cut 1 or 2 of those guys like Anderson or Newman. And we're definitely not cutting freaking Moncada right now. Hakuna Moncada is killing it. What's up with Cajeda? I haven't heard much about him this year. He is pitching with the Angels off and on. He should be seeing some live pitching here pretty soon. Yes, I know you just see it right there. A's manager also is probably going George Knox at this point because they've lost 8 in a row. Mateo also says we tend to be competitive against the Stanks. We've always been competitive against them. Drunk Artie has to be partying his ass off. I don't even know where that dude is at. I put out the bat signal plenty of times and have gotten nothing. What's a Yankee? A quickie done with your hand. You dirty girl. Mike Trout says, if you had to build around Neto or O'Hoppe, who would you build around? Well, that's a tough one because out of those 2 players, the Angels are actually blessed with 2 of the hardest positions to field. Because if you think about it, you can always get a first baseman. For the most part, you can always get a second baseman. Shortstops, not so much. They're kind of hard as far as to get those type of quality players, all-stars. And then third baseman, you can get a third baseman. Catchers, I mean, you can always get a defensive catcher, but can you get one that hits? Can you get one that hits for power? And those are the rare guys. So I would have to say that's a tough one, but I'd have to say you'd have to build around. I have to say you have to build around Neto. As much as I want to say O'Hoppe, I think Neto just has that it factor, that chemistry factor. I'm not to say that O'Hoppe doesn't because everyone loves O'Hoppe too. So I'd have to say 1A, 1B, dude. That's hard. I'm more than likely wrong. It could be either one, but I don't think you can go wrong with either one if you had to pick one, if that makes sense. Long-winded, stupid answer, but I know that's all I got for that one. Randy says, we lose to the Dodgers in the World Series. I don't care about any freeway series after that. They own us. 100%, Randy. Like, we could be winning the overall head-to-head with the Dodgers like 300-65. They can always just go, well, we beat you in the World Series. We beat you when it mattered. So, like, it's just like in football. When you see 2 division teams go at it, right? Let's just say in football this year, the Eagles had beaten the Washington team twice. And then Washington beat them in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. All the bragging rights go to them because that happened a couple years ago when the Niners had beat the hell out of the Rams. And then when it came to the most important game in the championship game, Whether you agree with the outcome or not, the Rams won. So it happens, man. And I'd rather be that team. Like if the Angels were 60 games under 500 against the Dodgers, they beat the hell out of us every time, but we had one magical run and we took them on in the World Series and we beat the hell out of them. Give me that one, beat the hell out of them every day, all day, forever. I'll take that World Series. And that's a spot on comment right there, Randy. Also, you get out of it what you put into it. Yes, you do. And that would come from our boy Roger here.
Let me tell you something about my guy, John Stamos. So I was able to go in the back bedroom and unscrew the old balls and running up my butt right now. You get out of it what you put into it. John Stamos choked on me. He was so great.
Angels should go after Paul Skeens. Pirates just put out something there today that he's not going anywhere. But when do you actually freaking understand anything that the Pirates are doing? And you can't really trust him either. So I'll just take it for what it is, which doesn't mean anything. Grillmaster says you play to win the game.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Absolutely. Let's see. Todd hates Ohapi confirmed. That is not true, my friend. That is not true. All right, choose 2 of 3 now. Ohapi, Neto, or Shonawell. I'm not going to do that. Let's check in with Landon right here. Landon, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. Serious, what the fuck is this team doing now? Have they been listening to the show, playing small ball like we've been fucking saying for the past, 10 years?
Dude, I guess they're getting into what they should have been doing this entire time, like you said. That's what we've needed from this team is to just do the small things and everything else will open up to you. You keep swinging for the fences, you're just an easy out waiting to happen.
And I feel like with Trout out, like we're doing better. Maybe pull him from the line, see what happens when he's back. Maybe test those waters.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, Trout's contract is immovable, man. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We're just going to have to ride it out. And I think the best thing we can do is Trout gets the feel of this team and decides I'm not going to have to swing for the fences. Let me work a walk or let me go the other way and get a single stuff we've been saying. And I think more than anything, we got to stop thinking about the trade with him. We just got to see if he's going to fit in with these youngsters.
I feel like since Trout got injured, this team realized, fuck, we got to take up responsibility and play the baseball that we were taught to play, which is taking walks, getting hits, not swinging for the fences. Like, I feel like responsibility since Trout has been out now, especially with like players like Rendon out, like responsibility has gone up exponentially.
Yeah, I think I think they might have, as much as we know that Trout is not and has never been a good leader, and that's just his only knock right now. I think as far as on the field, he's one of the best, obviously, but him being a leader has never been there. So the youngsters, I think, like your Nettles, your Shonawells, your Ohapis, I think they've taken over. I think this year they've realized, okay, Trout's still there. He's still the man. He's still a future Hall of Famer, but this is our team. And I think if that's what really happened, I mean, there's so much good moving on to the future. I mean, because other players are going to see how they play and they're going to want to come here. Whereas we didn't have that before. I think in this off season, if Artie can pull his head out of his ass, he's actually going to have players wanting to come here. So we'll see.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of baseball
with like
left to be
Ohapi
played.
and Neto being your Ohapi and Neto being your leaders now, you're definitely gonna have like a lot more chances of us seeing us in the playoffs. Maybe a World Series win. Maybe I'm a little honking a little early here. But yeah, you're gonna have some. But we will have some big names probably wanting to come here. Like who knows? Like maybe after Trout retires or something. Like Vladdy Jr. says straight up to Toronto, just I want to get out. I want to head down to the Angels. Maybe Bryce Harper will say the Angels are putting in work. They have leaders like Ohapi and Neto. I want to go there. Like we could have some big names here.
We could get big names, but it's all going to come down to Artie if he wants to spend. And again, we're going to be looking at a year before a strike. So we might not see those big names here in Anaheim till 2027, 2028. So you got to keep that in mind. That's why I'm very bullish on this team. I want to see them do better. But we're gonna have to see where they finish this year, and then next year, we're gonna have to see if they're anywhere transparent, letting us know what they're gonna do. If not, it's gonna be a repeat, and they're gonna rerun it and try to fill the holes with mediocre guys, and we just might be stuck with that till 2027 or 2028 if we don't lose the season. So.
Yeah, as long as this is a building block season, I'm okay, and I'm with you. I don't care if the Dodgers, every time we play them in the regular season, they beat us. But if we meet them in the World Series, we whoop their ass. I am okay with that.
Me too. All right, I appreciate the call, Landon. I'm going to get Boo Boo Bears. Oh, final thought? Go ahead, man. Final thought? Oh, my bad. Are you still there? All right, go ahead. We were going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just saying see ya.
All right, bro. Have a good night, man. All right, that's Landon right there. Boo Bear's mommy, how you doing tonight?
I am doing very well. Very happy. Got off work, and it was still the end of the game, and they were on, and it was 10-5, and I was happy to be able to say, yeah, before the game was over, because you know me, I'm like, wait, nope, no honking anything until we have that last out, because Yogi Berra said it best. It ain't over until it's over. And so, but yeah, 10-5, I was happy to say, I think it's over. Yeah, I don't want to be talking about playoffs yet. We haven't even gotten to the All-Star break. I mean, right now we're in May, and we're having a great May.
Yeah, we're
having a great May. June is going to be another month, and if from what I've experienced with our Angels, they have monthly highs and lows, and so I'm praying that this is going to continue into June, and we have a healthy June. I'm not expecting it to be as epic as May was, but if they can just keep putting the ball in play, just hit them to death. If they can just get the walks and just hit them to death, go from first to third. Play fundamental small ball, and it worked with Sosha. I mean, it can work if they just continue to play just put it in play.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing too, I'm noticing different swings from them, right? And I appreciate that, Boo Bear's mommy, because I like what they're doing as far as like even with a non-small ball, they're hitting gappers. They're aiming for the gaps. Right. They're aiming to try to pull the ball down the line or push it to the right side if they're a left-handed hitter. So I like their approaches. I mean, they're really, really going after these guys, after the pitchers. And it's not just against the Dodgers, not just against the Padres. It's against the A's too. So that's 3 good series in a row that you could sit there and be like, I'm really encouraged by a team that, let's just face it, was flatlining it offensively.
Right. I think maybe they might have heard you and said, you know what? We're not watching video. Let's watch a few videos.
Yeah, let's do our homework for once.
Let's do our homework. Yeah, let's see what these pitchers are like. Hey, pitchers, let's take a look at how these batters bat.
Yeah, because you can notice guys that are actually paying attention, because you're seeing Paris in the last few games. He's had better at bats. He's more patient. Right. He's calming down a little bit. Soler, they actually bragged about that. And we're like, hey, look at what he's doing. And then you had, Neto's just been, it looks like he's doing the individual scouting report on the pitcher. He knew that sweeper was coming inside, and then Ohapi, the same thing. So, yeah, it's very, very encouraging right now. We can't honk.
It really is.
Can't honk too much, but you are allowed to honk as a fan right now.
Yes, and I have been. As a matter of fact, I told one of my roommates, I said, wait, no, I've got to get on YouTube. Angels just won. I got to get on YouTube. I got to get to the podcast. So
I appreciate it.
But anyway, absolutely. But anyway, I'm going to let you go and take another call, and just have a good night and go Halos.
There you go. Appreciate it, Boo Bears, mommy. You have other ones on here. Jose saying, let's go Angels. The best friends are studying pitchers together, both hitting shots like crazy. We love that right there. Also, Evox says, we're so back. A lot of people are liking that right there. Dream big or die. If you head over here to YouTube, I can't put the link for whatever reason over there on the comment section on TikTok. So I'm sorry about that. Yes, I'll be at the game on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Marlins. The Yankees, I do have some tickets I might be giving away for that series. They're not the greatest of tickets, but they're free tickets that'll get you in the stadium. And I might be selling my tickets because I got to make a little profit off of mine because I've been giving those away. And it is the Yankees. I was looking for Yankee fans to get that too, but I have a couple tickets. I probably can't get to Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Jose says I'll be at the game Monday. Also, what do you think about our bullpen? Brandon, I think the bullpen will be getting a lot better here coming up soon. Once you get guys, Strickland made it back, and then you have other guys that are going to be coming back here soon, like Quijada, Sam Bachman, and that should only help us out. J-Dog says 6 in a row. I'm honking my honk. Beat Train says Kristen Moore is coming up soon too. Well, at least I don't know where they'd put him at this point. And if you have to let somebody go as far as a player right now, I think you're dropping Newman or you're dropping, probably Paris down to AAA, unfortunately, when Trout comes back. Tamir 20 says, I want the Angels to beat the crap out of the Dodgers every time they play, regular season or World Series. B-Train also says a win's a win, and as Halo fans, just enjoy everyone. Woohoo! He also says, I'm not dreaming about the playoffs yet. I wouldn't either. J-Dog says they've been more patient at the plate, and it's been working out well. You also have, if you teach it, though, it works as well. They've got to be able to listen and just be taught to do their thing. Just enjoy the baseball's a marathon, and we're going to have 5 more ups and downs still, or lots more, 5 more months. And that's the thing too. Baseball, it does come in what do you call it? Peaks and valleys. So you will have your bad games, bad times, then good times. B-Train says Detmers has been my biggest disappointment. I thought he was going to be an ace. Yeah, I think a lot of us did, but like J-Dog says, hey, 6 in a row. Hey. Also, Luke Johnson says Sacktown vibes were pretty subpar, but lots of red tonight. Hell yeah, there was a lot. Newman does need to go. I vote to give Boo Boo a pair. Mateo says, my only complaint about Washington is that he didn't get ejected. Like, I liked Nevin because he would get ejected for protecting his pitchers. Also, surprised with Adele's shot today. He's starting to show up, or else I'd say we drop his ass to AAA. And let's get Stir Boogie in here. Stir Boogie, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me? Am I coming in loud and clear? Yes,
you are. How are you doing? And were you up there in Sacktown tonight or no?
Hell no. I was not in West Sac tonight. I wish I was. I want to check out that stadium, to be real.
Well, we might have to make a road trip up there later in the season, but only problem with that is got to make sure it's a day game because, man, it's going to be like in the hundreds up there late in the season.
Ooh. Are they going back up there?
Yeah, I think we got 1 or 2 more matches with them up there.
Hey, we should totally do it, especially if it's a weekend game. I just want to check that out.
Yeah, we go up there. Let's see. We go up there in August for 2 games, and then that's it. We're only up there 2 more times.
No way. What days of the week are they?
Let me check. The 15th of August is, what is that? That's a Friday.
Ooh.
That's a Friday
Let's
game.
Go.
Yep. Yeah, I say we do.
Yeah, we should totally do it because, well, they're going to be up there for a couple more years. But
actually, I'm wrong. They're up there 3 games. So they're up there for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So there you go.
Let's go. The whole weekend.
Hell yeah.
Up there. Sacramento's not a place to go, but the Angels game is.
Yeah. It's not that it's kind of boring up there. There's not much to do in Sacramento, but I would definitely go see a game in that park.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah. Bro, tonight was the shit. 100%. Let's go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm very look, if the Angels get over 500 or hang in this division, I think the turning point could have been this, or could be for the season, this trip right now. It's too early to 100%. Tell. But if we get on a roll and we continue to play competitive with all these bullpen pieces coming back, I mean, that's just going to make the starters better, and they're not going to have to work as hard and then you got a solid bullpen in the back end. Man, the sky's the limit, dude. I mean, again, we you never know. Stranger things can happen. We've said it since preseason. This division is wide the hell open.
Bro, for sure. And honestly, not to honk my honk too hard, you know what I mean? But 2002, what we start 6-14. There's still not any household names on that 2002 team. Like,
at the time,
well, right now, Troy Glass. Who else?
Well, I mean, you had Tim Salmon, the veteran. You had Garrett Anderson, but I mean, like, but yeah, but I'm just saying, like, household names outside of Anaheim, nobody knew those guys.
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. There wasn't one superstar on that team, and that's what this team seems to be made out of. You know, it's 2025. We've been 10 years of just heartache and depression, but this team, Neto, Seanwell, Hoppy, they seem to have it. They seem to have that heart. They seem to have that connectedness. They seem to have that, you know, we want to fucking win. We're not thinking about anything else but winning. They could be like, oh, fuck Artie or fuck the team or fuck the coaching. But, you know, 10 days ago, we were like, when are they going to replace, what's his name, Johnny Washington?
Yes.
The hitting coach?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What the fuck? Now I'm like, damn, was he listening to your show? Was he listening to the crowd? Like, because we wanted his head on a stick.
Yeah, I mean, look, the guy couldn't do anything right. It didn't seem like they were just listening to him or he wasn't giving out the right advice. It seemed like there was days where they were going back to Madden's era where they were like, hey, we don't need to take batting practice. I mean, they're doing a lot of stupid, foolish stuff. And now the little things, we're seeing bunts by a guy like Seanwell, who most teams would be like, no, I don't want my first baseman to bunt. All of a sudden he's bunting. And then you got other hitters like Neto even faked a bunt.
Yeah. It didn't even look like a fake. He looked like he was about to bunt.
Yeah, but
it was like, okay, Soderstrom, like, I see you trying to bunt third base. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, so there's been a lot of differences with this team in the last 10 games that, granted, we didn't even see when they were 9-5. When they were 9-5, they just happened to be smashing the ball. And then when the other teams were like, well, hey, let's throw a lot of sweepers. And the difference to me is they are laying off a lot of those sweepers. And so they're not fishing for all those pitches on the outside corner. And they're beginning to realize, well, hey, if that sweeper starts out over the plate, it's likely going to die outside. And so if that sweeper starts out on the inner half, that's going to be my sweet zone. And that's where you're seeing the home runs.
Yeah. What was it, 470 from Hoppy tonight? That was incredible, bro.
Dude, I don't know which one went further, his or freaking Mancada's from yesterday.
100% Hoppy's tonight, because it was the second longest home run of the season in the whole MLB. Only second to Mike Trout's 484. So we got the top two longest home runs this season, bro. I think last night's Mancada was either 439 or I think it was 439. I don't know. It went to the trees and he pimped that. I loved it.
He did. He did like the Ken Griffey Jr. type swing.
Yeah, he was pissed at the umpire. He's like, "Fuck you."
That's true. Yeah.
So, damn, bro. If we get 7, my bad to interrupt you, bro. My bad.
There you go.
But 7 tomorrow is the first time in 3 years.
Oh, if they get the W tomorrow.
If they lock it in.
Yeah, I mean, and let's look over that. Who's pitching here tomorrow? Blah 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 blah. Let's go over here. Yeah, you got Tyler Anderson on the bump. I like that. Luis Severino is someone that we're kind of familiar with, so I'm hoping that we could take advantage of him, because even when he pitched with the Yankees, we kind of roughed him up a bit. So far this year, the numbers compared to Anderson is 2-1 with a just over 3 ERA, 38 hits and 50 innings pitched. That's really good. 43 strikeouts. The walks are a little high, but that's okay. The home runs are the concerning thing. 9 home runs given up this year, and we're pitching in a ballpark in the day where the balls are going to be flying. Severino,
and Randazzo would refer to that, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're going to have to be patient and keep the same mindset against Severino. Severino will try. If he's one of these guys, again, it gets locked in after the third inning. If you don't mess with him a little bit in those first three, you don't necessarily have to score, but you have to put some traffic on the bases. Can't let him get comfortable. He's 1-4 with a 4.22 ERA, 56 hits allowed in 59 innings pitched. He's given up a lot of walks, so 20 so far, and he's only allowed 4 home runs. So we'll see how that one goes tomorrow as the Angels are going for the sweep, goddammit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Who would have thought? I was seeing that all day on X. I was seeing, if you would have thought 6 days ago that they were going to be sweeping the next 6 games, you're crazy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. Now, with a chance to finish out the road trip at 8-2, I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's best case scenario.
Friday night's going to be a party.
Yeah, it should be anyway. Luke Johnson says if we go up to Sacktown and do that road trip later in the season, it should be a Hiti takeover, man. You down with that?
Hell yeah. Sell the team? Are we still on sell the team or what?
It's kind of hard to do that when they're winning.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Fuck it is. If they win tomorrow, it's gonna be incredibly difficult. If they sweep the Marlins, along with, I'm not even looking past that. I'm not looking past tomorrow. I'm sure they're not either. Neto, Seanwell, Ohapi, fucking Ward, your boy.
Yeah, he's coming through,
dude. Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you figure if a guy like him and Soler can hit, can get going and be consistent, this lineup is incredibly dangerous. Like it just makes everybody else better because then they're not having to pick up the scraps. They're not having to get that 2-out hit. I mean, they're now coming up the bat with the bases loaded and nobody out, or bases loaded and 1 out, with a chance to drive in at least 1 or 2, instead of, hey man, everything's riding on you because our big boys struck out again.
Exactly. So, even Lugo hitting into that double play didn't mean anything.
Yeah, and he was a tough luck on that one too because he hit it right where he was supposed to. But I mean, that third baseman, if you look at that play, that wasn't an easy hop either. And he grabbed it nice. He went home, and then they got the throw to first. But that was a rocket, and it nearly got through.
Yeah, we're still making errors too on the defense, bro, and we're still overcoming that with offense. It's like, it's all good. It's as if when they do those pitchers, those mound visits, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, bro, don't even trip. Like, even if you got 2 or 3 runs on you right now, we got you, bro. Just chill out. It's all good. Just throw strikes. Do anything but throw a walk right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's just the only thing we have to, they have to clean that up big time. And I think that's going to help with the bullpen helping out right there too. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. But dude, I mean, if the defense can get itself going, man, I like their chances to even get better because they have been giving up runs defensively lately due to bad defense. Real quick, Don Hammond says, have you guys noticed Chad Stevens in AAA? Yeah, Chad Stevens is a former Australian player. He played also with the A's and a couple other teams. He's been mostly minor league since 2017, dude, at the age of 18. He's now 26, but his stats this year in 38 games, he has 155 plate appearances. And he has, he has 39 hits. He's got an average right now of 291, 5 homers and 18 RBIs. Not bad for a guy that shouldn't be there on, not really well regarded. We do have a few diamonds in the rough down there in the minors.
That's what I'm saying. We apparently were like last place in our farm system, but we keep bringing up the guys that are down there, and it's like they seem to be crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's again, you got Kai Boom down there. He's doing really good. So you do have some hitters. It just, do they fit what we're doing up here? We don't know yet. EQ says, when are we going to the 66ers game? I was trying to go in July with Saucy. He was going to rent out this entire suite for us, but I have to put it off to September because I forgot my kid's birthday is on that same day. So but we're going to have a big event down there for the Sixers since it's their last year. So it should be in September. We're trying to do something with them, possibly trying to throw out the first pitch at one of the games. That'd be sick as hell. So we'll see how that works. A couple more comments real quick. Dumble Ears smacking the ball all around lately. Yes, he is. And Hayes says, are the Angels better without Trout in the lineup? Right now, so. Yeah, right now they are. But if we get Trout back healthy, and again, changing his mindset of the launch angle, I think we're much better with Trout in the lineup.
Yeah.
But if we have Trout prior to the injury, no.
Yeah. If they keep acting like Trout's not in the lineup, then we'll be good. I feel like ever since he exited, it's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, I want to step up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's what happens naturally. So when he comes back, I hope that I hope the rest of the team just continues to strive to be the leader. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like they're doing, but not thinking about themselves about it. They're trying to be a leader, but also coalescing with each other and being fucking, I don't know, friends to be the
yeah,
I mean, it looks
I mean, because a couple of years ago, even it didn't look like any of these guys liked each other, let alone had any kind of chemistry. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Today and yesterday, for that matter, we got it might have been the day before, but we got Neto, Seanwell, Adele, Ohapi there in the post-game interview. And those are vibes. Those are team vibes. Those are like, we want to win vibes. Those are like family vibes almost, you know, obviously.
Well, yeah,
but
it's the little things. I mean, it's the handshakes. It's the different kind of like, again, when Moncada hit the moonshot, you know, he high-fived, I think it was Ohapi behind him or what's it called? Ward. And then he went over to Renifo and they did a little dance. Damn. So it's like, you know, little things like that make a huge difference.
Ward, Renifo, Moncada, Ohapi, Seanwell, Neto, all these guys, man.
And if you can get Kyron Paris going, that's another weapon.
Kyron Paris.
So we got a lot of baseball left to be played, and there's a lot of things that we can improve on. So I'm looking forward to this homestand, man.
Oh, 100%. So you got the tailgate on Saturday?
Yeah, it's going to be at Bruheim. It's going to be in memoriam for our girl Yvette that passed away. Her family's going to be there, and it's mostly just us that are going to come by and maybe pay our respects. And I'm going to host it for a little bit, and you know, just hang out, chill, and you know, there's going to be food there for the family and also for everybody else that wants to show up. So it should be a nice, you know, afternoon just celebrating her life because she was a super Angels fan and a fan of the show for a while. One of the first ones to jump on. So. She had a tragic ending to her life. It shouldn't have happened. Was not unfortunately, you know, you always want, if you got to go out, you'd want to go out on your own terms. It's one of those. Yeah. So she didn't go out on her own terms. So it's pretty tragic. So we're just going to be there to support the family and just do a nice little thing for her.
100%. Yeah. No doubt. Bruheim it is then Saturday.
Yes, sir. Bruheim on Saturday.
Bruheim is family friendly, so
yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there from like 3 to 5:30, and then I think they got a section together, so I'll go in with a stadium with them too. So
is the sheriff coming through?
Yeah, he's gonna be there. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! So, hey, bro, I put out something on X yesterday, like a beer. All I put was I'm hammered. Randazzo and Gubazad put that out on. Well, they didn't put it out, but they referenced it after Ohapi's second home run.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was hilarious, bro. That shit was hilarious. They said Gooby said, "Oh, hammered" for like the fourth time because he says it 2 times per like every fucking Ohapi home run, right?
Oh yeah, they're always talking launch angle before they even hit one too.
Yeah, dude, they talk launch angle all day. It's crazy. So So he goes, that was hammered. As he's walking back to the dugout, Gooby turns to Randazzo. He's like, and I think the guys are on social media are starting to love that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, hey, bro, and Randazzo was like, yeah, I saw somebody taking that pretty literally last night. And all I did was post a picture of a 22-ounce beer. I tagged Gooby. I said, I'm hammered.
well, that's the cool thing about them too. I will give them their flowers because they do when they meet fans, they'll bring it up in the games too. So they'll whenever they have an interesting interaction. So they're pretty cool about that.
Yeah. What would you think? Do you think the Angels value Gooby more as a broadcaster or a pitching coach? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
The Angels organization.
Broadcaster, I'd have to say. Like I've said it before too. Like with Mark Langston, you know, everyone always says Langston or Gooby for hitting or for pitching coach. I would have to say Langston because Langston has that dog in him. He has got the fire. He's nice, but if you're not doing what he says, you know, he'll get on you. A lot of it. I've talked to a lot of his teammates in the past that played with those Angels in the 90s, and they said he was a fiery guy. He was a leader in the clubhouse. Whereas like Chuck Finley was a goofball, like freaking Langston was like, hey, get your shit together, you know? So I think he would be the guy, especially with all his knowledge to help out. I think Gooby would be great too, but he's just too damn nice. Like
I've heard you say that like 10 times, bro. For real.
Yeah, he's way too nice.
And he is. He interacts. I mean, you know, I know, fucking a lot of people for that matter know. If you interact with him, he's gonna interact with you. For real.
Yeah, he never plays the holier than thou or I'm bigger than you. You know, he's like an everyman broadcaster. I mean, like, dude, like I've seen him before at the stadium where the ushers are like, hey, Gooby, you're late. Like, we got to get up to the booth. And he's like, hey, one more autograph right here. I got to take a picture with this girl. She's been waiting.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's really cool like that. That's why the fans, like, still when I make fun of him at times, I don't do it derogatory or to tear him down. I just love the way he talks. So it's people still get mad just the way I impersonate him, but I don't do it in a derogatory way. You know, I don't make him say stupid things.
Yeah, for real. I still like, it's not like, what's the word? It's not mocking. It's like imitating, but with paying homage. You know what I mean?
Like flattery. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish, what was the dude's name that used to announce or commentate with Rex Hudler? I forgot his name.
Steve Physiak.
Yes, bro. Those two guys are nostalgic. I used to hear them announce for the Royals after they moved to KC, or at least Rex Hudler. I don't know where they are now, but
Physiak retired. Hudler's still working with the Royals.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah, because I interviewed Physiak 2 years ago when he just retired and he was writing a book. So yeah, it's a pretty good interview. He gave me some good time, and I actually forgot to get back to him because we did talk a lot of Angels on that one too. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, damn, bro.
But man, it's almost 12 midnight. But hey, that's what happens when you win 6 in a row, right?
Exactly. It's a Wednesday night. We have little to celebrate in the Angels organization. What are we now? 22 and 25 or 21 and 22 and 26? What are we?
We're 23 and 25. We're only 2 games.
23?
Yeah, 23, bro. Again, tomorrow if we win.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, if we win tomorrow, we're only a game under coming home.
No!
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude, I might be wearing those booty shorts before you know, man. I'm gonna lose that bet before the end.
You're gonna be wearing those booty shorts on Saturday, Todd. Honk, honk, honk. You can't hear me honking. I'm in my driveway right now.
All I gotta say is, if someone tries to play grab ass with me, dude, we're fighting.
For those of you that don't know, Todd is like 6'4" over here. He's got the camera angling down. When you meet this man in person, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, I get that a lot. Everyone's like, damn, I didn't know you were that tall.
Yeah, dude. You said come meet me in left field. You can't miss me. I was like, what does that mean? I walked past. I'm like, holy shit! I saw you from fucking 120 feet away. I'm like, that's Todd right there. Yeah, bro. I wasn't even looking for a black jersey. I saw you. That shit was crazy. Yeah, that shit was crazy. But I'm excited. For those of us that cannot say it right now, thank you for this fucking show. This is dope. It's a lot more of a good vibe after 6 wins of in a row.
Mm-hmm.
When I started watching this show, bro, I felt like this was like an AA, like a support group. And now it's like an after party for sure. So hopefully they keep this shit going. Hopefully they keep this shit going at least until Saturday, so that the good vibes keep this all the way to the tailgate. I'm looking forward to meeting Grill Master. So
yeah, trust me, it has been AA meeting for a couple years. So like for right now, I mean, we've only gotten spurts since we've been doing this show of them being a winning club or at least playing winning baseball. So the longer it goes, the better it's going to be. And again, like we can be really, really down and really just negative Nancy's, or we could be super honks. So I'm really happy, man.
Yeah, 100%. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Todd. Fuck yeah. It's almost midnight.
Yeah. Well, everyone on here will get to the comments if there's any more coming in on tomorrow's show. And speaking of tomorrow's show, if you guys are still on, which we still got like over 200, which is crazy.
No fucking way.
Yeah, dude. We got a total of over 200 right now.
Between YouTube, X, TikTok, all those guys? For real?
Yeah, right now on YouTube, we got like 64. And then we got on Halos in the Infield on X, we got 131. And then we got like 20.
Shit.
We got 20 on TikTok. It's not that much, but that's just because we just barely started a TikTok. So,
bro, when you started, 10 minutes in, I saw like 30 people on X. That's crazy. Fuck yeah. Shout out to X.
Yeah, absolutely. X is killing it for us right now. So we're loving that, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Well,
tomorrow's game's at 12 o'clock start. I'll probably get home like around 4 or 5 from work. So yeah, it'll be a later post game, but I do promise a post game, win or lose.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, Star Boogie. Have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. The Angels suck on X.
Yeah,
they don't suck, but the Angels suck on X. Halos Anonymous. How about that?
There you go.
Love you, Todd. Thank you, bro.
Love you too, man. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you. User right there saying best show for the Angels. I appreciate that over there on what is it called? TikTok. Plus Hiti Gang on top. I love it, Hayes. Let's see. Also, when I first started listening, it was tricky on Instagram. Just 30 of us. Yeah, dude. Like I could barely draw flies over there. And it wasn't until my girl was like, hey, I think you should go on YouTube. So we were way behind. I mean, the fact that we got to the numbers that we are at now, we're way behind. We should have had way bigger numbers because I thought we had good content back then. We just had shoddy shit at the time. But, Randy's been working with us and making things a lot better. So shout out to Randy. Shout out to everybody on the network. And shout out to you, the fans, staying up to midnight with me as we talked Angels baseball, a 6th straight victory, going for lucky number 7 tomorrow. And then we hope to see you out at the Big A when the Angels come home against the Marlins and those dreaded Yankees. So we'll see what happens with that. Before I get out of here, again, if you haven't subscribed yet to YouTube, please do so. It really, really helps us out. Right, G.I. Joe?
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
And since we won again, let's just play us out with some Stukas, baby. Good night, everybody.